Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Alan Noble, and it's my honor and privilege to host this call for you tonight. A big warm welcome to all of our associates that are dialing in from around the country and even other countries. But really, this call is designed for our brand new guests that are maybe taking a look at this information for the very first time. And what we're going to do here, first of all, let me just share a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Ireland, but I now live in Dallas, Texas. Live here with my beautiful wife, also from Ireland, and my two little leprechaunettes. So look, as far as this presentation is concerned, I think what's important to know is that I started my journey in Asea back in May of 2009. So you do the math, this is my 10-year anniversary, and it's been an incredible, incredible journey. I've been sharing the story of Asea for 10 years now, guys, and it never gets old. I believe it's one of the greatest entrepreneurial and health stories ever told. Now, we're going to start by talking about what we consider one of the most significant health, athletic, and anti-aging breakthroughs of our time. This is a new category of science that is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. One of my favorite things to point out is that Asea and this technology, what's inside this beautiful blue bottle, science said was impossible. For 2 decades, they said it could not be done. So it's pretty exciting when the impossible becomes possible. Now, of course, because of this huge breakthrough, we have a tremendous, tremendous opportunity. And so what we're going to do on this call, we're going to take about 15 minutes or so and really unwrap the redox breakthrough. So you go away from this call absolutely knowing why this is so significant. Then at the end, we're going to open up the opportunity. Okay, breakthroughs create opportunity. The bigger the breakthrough, the bigger the opportunity. And I'll take about 10 minutes at the end to discuss that. But in the middle is everybody's favorite part of the call. It's where I get to chat with somebody who's had their life changed with this technology, often in a very profound way. And I'm excited that our guest tonight is Maria from Florida. So let's get our call underway. Let's talk about the breakthrough. And let's get clear on what it is not. It is not a vitamin. It's not a mineral supplement. It's not an antioxidant supplement, and it's not an exotic juice. And I think it's important to say it's not a CBD oil, okay? It goes beyond nutrition. It goes beyond ingredients. And yet this technology in our product can impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. Now, to understand why this is so profound and what's in this bottle, you've got to realize your body is a communication network, one of the most complex communication networks on Earth. Every second of every day, your cells are communicating. They're passing tremendous amounts of information throughout the body. The challenge is any breakdown in that communication, and you cannot achieve your full health potential. So here's the simple example I like to use. Your house is on fire. You call the fire department. They're there with their big red truck, the firefighters, the fire hose, everything that they need to put out the fire. But what if you have a bad cell signal? What if you've only one bar, no bars, the call keeps dropping, there's background noise, whatever it is, the line isn't clear, and so the fire department don't get the message and your home goes up in smoke. Okay, we have the molecules, the only product available today to contain the molecules that's absolutely critical for this cell signaling. Okay, so we've got stuff in this beautiful blue bottle, this Asea Redox product that is absolutely foundational to the signaling process of your body. It's a set of molecules, and those molecules are called redox signaling molecules. Now, we live and die at the cellular level. Everything happens at the cellular level, okay? If your cells are healthy, you're healthy. And as science looks deeper inside the cell, they have discovered a very special set of molecules called redox signaling molecules. And as they've discovered them and they've researched them, they realize that these are the molecules that are foundational to cellular health. So think of your cells like a little bag of salt water. You got the mitochondria, which is your power plant in the cell, making energy. As that energy production is going on, the mitochondria is spinning out these molecules, these redox signaling molecules. So the first thing to note here is these molecules are actually native to your body. That's different to all natural. We love products that are all natural. A blueberry is all natural, but your body doesn't grow blueberries. Your body is making these molecules. So we have developed a product that is in fact native to your body, okay? Now, if you're making these molecules, why are we talking about them on a webinar on a Thursday night? Well, there's a couple of problems. With age, stress, environmental toxins, we begin to make less of these molecules. It's about 10% every decade you're alive, we see a decline and imbalance in these molecules. And so things just don't work as well as they used to. You begin to see, you begin to feel the effects of aging. So now common sense kicks in. And you should be going, well, hold on a second, why not take a redox signaling supplement? We've taken vitamin supplements and antioxidant supplements and all sorts of supplements to help our health. Why not take a redox signaling supplement? Well, that's a really good question. Remember I said for 2 decades, science said it was impossible? Here's why. These molecules are very fleeting in your cells. I want you to think of them, I call them fleeting angels. They do their good work and then they're gone. But I want you to think of these molecules like little sparks, okay? How do you make a spark and then catch it in a jar and bring it to the party at the weekend to light the barbecue? You can't. It's a spark. It's fleeting. It's gone. Same thing with these molecules. And so science had said, look, you cannot stabilize something so reactive, so fleeting outside the human body. And for 2 decades, they failed to try and do so. Now, it's with that background, I want you to appreciate the huge breakthrough of Asea, the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. Now, I'm not going to get lost in the science, but I do need to point out some really basic stuff here. When you look at a bottle of Asea, you turn it around. We're trained to do that with supplements. What are the ingredients? And you're going to see the ingredients are a little strange. You're going to see there's salt and water. Well, guys, that's why I put up the slide that your cells are little bags of salt water. Okay, your body is making these molecules out of that salt water. We start with the same basic ingredients, salt and water. And we pass it through a very complex, heavily patented process to break that salt water down and then reassemble it, restructure it into trillions of these redox signaling molecules. So guys, here's the first aha moment. Asea is not a bottle of salt water. It is a bottle of trillions of these redox signaling molecules that we made from salt and water. Now, just to show you how complex this technology is, it took us 5 years to go from the drink to the gel. We knew what this product could do with our skin cells on the surface of our bodies, but it took us another 5 years to be able to stabilize it further, to be able to put it in a gel for topical use. That's how complex this technology is. And so here we are with our 2 main delivery systems, Asea, the Asea drink, the Asea Redox, cellular health from the inside out, and our gel, Renew 28, cellular health from the outside in. As I've mentioned, this is a heavily patented technology, no copycats, no competitions. You cannot even find a variation of these products anywhere else in the world. They represent a new category and they stand in that category all by themselves. We've also validated this technology by with a lot of science. One of the pieces of science was to go to BioAgilytix. They're one of the top independent testing companies. They work with many of the top pharmaceutical companies. I believe half their workforce are PhDs. This is a pretty smart company. And they test every single batch of Asea Redox and Renew 28 to certify that they are indeed redox signaling technologies, that they contain these very important and powerful molecules. We've also done more independent science at the genetic level. Now, we turn to Torrent Labs, one of the best labs in the world for looking into the genetic systems of the body. For example, they work with Ancestry.com. I'm sure you've all heard of Ancestry.com. They're kind of in the background doing a lot of the science there and a lot of the testing. So Torrent Labs performed an 8-week study on Asea Redox. And what we saw was this isn't just a signaling technology at the cellular level, it's a signaling technology at the genetic level. Okay, we were able to increase and activate 5 very important gene signaling pathways up to 31%. Guys, those numbers are off the charts. These 5 areas have a very direct impact on your immune system, your inflammatory response, your cardiovascular health, your digestive health, and your hormone balance. Now have a think about it just for a second. What about yourself, a loved one, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a mother, father, cousin, next door neighbor, whoever? Can you think of people that might like an improved immune system, an improved inflammatory response, better cardiovascular health, better digestion, better hormone modulation, okay? These are 5 massive areas of health that honestly 99% of the population are going, yeah, that's me. I'm in one of those categories. And this is why Asea can have such a profound effect on so many people. Now, again, not to get lost in the science, but I want to point out, I'm only giving you the tip of the iceberg here, okay? One of these gene signaling pathways, 1 out of the 5, opens up another 15 gene signaling pathways. Okay, you can see things like ovarian infertility genes, insulin signaling, human thyroid stimulation, all of these things going on that are an offshoot of just one of these gene signaling pathways. The one I've got circled is the NRF2 pathway. I'm a little tongue-tied today. Hold on a second. The NRF2 pathway. This is a pathway that's critical for firing up your antioxidants, okay? And we knew that Asea had a profound impact on antioxidants. We saw an 800% increase in glutathione effectiveness. That's the master antioxidant in the human body. We also saw significant lowering of oxidized LDL. That's your bad cholesterol. Lowering oxidized LDL and lowering oxidized DNA. So we knew that Asea has a profound impact on antioxidants, even though there's no antioxidants in the product, okay? It's not an antioxidant product, but it's a signaling technology that absolutely impacts antioxidants in your body. So here's what some experts are saying. Anne-Louise Gittleman, I love her quote. Asea is the greatest advance in lifestyle medicine, which harnesses the power of your own body to keep it well. You see, we don't make any health claims for Asea. It's not a treatment or cure for any disease or medical condition. It's simply giving your body an opportunity to refuel, replenish your cells with more of these molecules. What your body does with them is up to your body. It's harnessing the power of your own body to keep you well. We're just giving your body a very powerful resource. Gary Samuelson, who is a big part of the stabilization of these molecules, this technology has the potential to spearhead the greatest advances in health that we have ever seen. Now, it's not just health, athletes. We began to see athletes like triathletes and marathon runners. They were noticing improvements in endurance, strength, and recovery. And we wanted to find out why. Why was this happening? And so we did a little mice study. And what we noticed was in 7 days, these mice drinking Asea were running 29% further to exhaustion over the mice that weren't drinking Asea. When we looked deeper into why this was going on, we saw that when the mice that drank Asea had a significant metabolic shift. Their body was moving away from sugar burning and it was going into fat burning, okay? And so if anyone's going to the gym on the treadmill or rowing the machines or whatever you're doing, drink Asea before you go to the gym. Shift your body into fat burning mode. Make that metabolic shift. And you might find that you're getting into a better pant size or dress size. But it has a huge impact on endurance and recovery. And this is why we now have Olympic gold medalists and Ironmen and triathletes and all sorts of people absolutely experiencing the Asea athletic advantage. Let's talk a little bit about the gel, Renew 28. I like to call it the miracle gel. And there's really 5 main applications for this gel. Number 1, how would you like to age slower? Let me phrase it like this. 10 years from now, would you like to look 10 years older? Or would you like to look maybe 3 or 4 years older? How would you like to slow down that aging process? Well, guys, we saw all these incredible results like increase in 20% plus in smoothness, wrinkles, elasticity, all these wonderful benefits. People really see the difference. But why was that going on? To me, the most important statistic is the 16, it's the smallest number. The 16% improvement in skin cell renewal. See, here's what you have to understand. Renew 28 helps your skin cells renew like they did when you were younger. See, as you age, that renewal process gets slow and sluggish. It used to be 28 days, that's the name of the product. But as you age, it can turn into 30, 40, 50, 60 days and beyond. And that older, slower recycling skin begins to sag and bag and wrinkle and crinkle. So we were able to show that in 4 weeks, we could take your cellular renewal rates back 16% closer to where it was when you were younger. Now, at the cellular level, guys, we're not talking about anti-aging. We're talking about age reversal, taking your cellular renewal rates back closer where it was when you were younger. Absolutely, absolutely profound. Now, the next thing are skin challenges from older people with age spots and younger people with redness and irritation, okay? Absolutely incredible. Another one is first aid, cuts, scrapes, bumps, bruises, stings, bites, you name it. My kids fall off the bike and they go grab a tube of Renew 28. Here you can see the little bruise, and I think it's 75 minutes. And again, you can see the tremendous benefits. Discomfort relief. We noticed that if you apply this gel 3 times in 5 minutes, we get about a 90% success rate in people just not hurting, okay? Elbows, shoulders, knees, you name it. And so absolutely incredible for discomfort relief. And then the last one is just general health. It's the same beautiful molecules that we have in Asea Redox that bring about all these incredible health benefits. And so here's a gentleman out of work for over a year, and he, you can tell he's not looking too healthy in day 0. He starts using the gel, day 22, he's a new man. There's a sparkle in his eye again. And after this 22-day transformation, he goes, well, maybe I should drink the drink. Maybe I should drink Asea Redox. He did. Within a couple of weeks, he's back to work again for the first time in a year. Not just getting his health back, but getting his financial dignity back. So here's another one. I love this. This is Rosie. And again, I keep forgetting to hide the ages. I kind of want to give you a quiz. Do you think she's aging left to right or right to left? Because you can tell that she's visibly aging in reverse, even if the clock's still going up from 84 to 87. Absolutely incredible. That's a combination of somebody using Asea Redox and Renew 28 every day. Okay, Renew Advanced. I don't have time to get into this in much detail, just that we built an entire skincare range around the Renew Advanced, around Renew 28. Very clean products, no parabens, no sulfates, none of the nasty stuff. 100% of people using our skincare regime saw results with fine lines and wrinkles, okay? Cleanser, moisturizer, concentrated redox serum, and of course, Renew 28. Now, I'm just going to touch a little bit on our nutritionals, not in depth, but we have 3 wonderful nutritional products. You know, nutrition is important. And we have whole food nutrition that fills in all the gaps, your vitamins, your minerals. It's taken from 26 superfoods from land and sea. What's really important about Source is its bioavailability. If you think you are what you eat, you're wrong. You are what you absorb. And you've got to be able to absorb the nutrition. And that's really where Source comes in. Biome, we know a healthy gut is important. It's often called the second brain. Something like, I can't remember the percentage of your immune system is actually in your gut. Very important. We've got a 3-in-1 biome gut formula, probiotics, prebiotics, and herbal support. And then LifeMax, a very exciting anti-aging formula with mushrooms and turmeric and other really cool ingredients. So this is our Asea V range, and there's lots of documentation and videos you can learn more about these. What I want to do here is I want to show you how they work together with Asea Redox. You see, your body's always in a state of repair. Think of about a home. You know, you need to fix, you got a hole in the roof. You need roofing materials. You got a broken window. You need the window materials. You got floor problems. You need flooring materials, etc., etc. You need the materials like calcium for your bones. That would be a good example. And so you need those materials, but what if no labor shows up? What if the contractor doesn't show up to actually give the instructions and the orders and of where everything needs to go, the labor force? And you can think of Asea Redox a little bit like the labor force. Now guys, what this means is Asea is the only company in the world to offer your cells both the materials and the labor. We're the only company in the world, and that is what makes us the premier cellular health company in the world, the global leader in cellular health. So look, that's the end of the product piece of this presentation. I'm really excited now to bring Maria back on here and hear a little bit about her story and how these products actually changed her life. So Maria, are you with us? If you want to turn on your video, there you go.
Yes, I am.
Let me just stop the share here so we can enlarge the screen a little bit. So Maria, you are from Melbourne, Florida, correct?
Correct, yes.
And thank you so much for joining us on the call tonight. So why don't you start and tell us a little bit about yourself and where you were in your life when Asea Redox crossed your path?
Of course. A year ago, I had a slip and fall accident on a wet kitchen floor, and I hit my head. I went to the emergency room, they conducted tests, and they couldn't do anything for me, so they sent me home. My neurologist's solution was to give me medication, which I was against. So 8 months went by of chronic discomfort. My head was pounding, I had awful pressure, I was in fog, I had confusion, I was irritable, I couldn't concentrate, I had sensitivity to light and noise, plus my neck and my upper back were in terrible discomfort. And I lost weeks of work. If I don't go to work, I don't get paid. So I prayed that I would find a solution that would help me. In the meantime, Danielle Matthews had been texting me. I didn't know who Danielle was, but somebody told her that I should connect with her. She heard about my accident and she said maybe she could help me. And I got to thinking, if my doctor and my neurologist, after years of medical school and years of practice, if they couldn't help me, what could Danielle do for me? So I just kept pushing her off. So after 8 months, I finally went to one of her meetings and I got a sample of the Renew 28. Put it on 3 times in 5 minutes on my neck. And 5 minutes, it was gone. It was so unbelievable. I was just overcome with emotion. I didn't trust myself to speak. So after the meeting, I signed up as a distributor. I said, people need to know about this, that they have a solution here that's holistic. So a few months later, I had a problem on my foot, had a sensitive spot, and even with shoes on, I could feel it. It was very uncomfortable. So I went to my podiatrist and he put some medication on it, said, come back in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks later, my foot still hurt. And I figured he's probably going to want to do surgery. So I sat down, which I don't get to sit very often because I'm too active. And I sat down, I applied the Renew 28 3 times in 5 minutes, and it stopped having discomfort. So I went to my podiatrist and I said, go ahead, push on it. And he did. I said, it doesn't bother me anymore. And I have not had a problem since then. Now, one more thing I want to share with you is I'm a vegan/vegetarian, depending on the day. And because of that, I'm taking the same dose of vitamin D3 and B12 for 5 years. So I go for routine physical appointments every year, and they draw blood, and the feedback I get is everything's fine. This year, my doctor told me, back off of the D3 and B12 if they're off the charts. Now, I haven't done anything differently except I've been taking the VIA products. So the VIA products are helping me absorb my vitamins better. So now I can cut back on my B12 and D3, and that's saving me lots of money.
Yeah, I love it. You know, this is a really important point that people take vitamins and they think just because it's on the label that their body's absorbing it. And the truth is, especially when it comes to B vitamins, people have a lot of challenges absorbing those B vitamins. And again, without getting into a source presentation here, but the bioavailability of the nutrients in source, it's like your body's it's like a sponge sucking up moisture. You're just absorbing those nutrients into your cells where you can use them. So it's absolutely fantastic that your blood tests are now showing that. Incredible. Fantastic story on Asea Redox or Renew 28. The 3 and 5, it's just sometimes it amazes me. You know, what was really developed as an anti-aging product for the wrinkles, the elasticity, the cellulite, the stretch marks, etc., can have such a profound impact on things that hurt. And here you are 8 months living, you know, kind of a living hell after your slip on the floor, and a little dab of Renew 28 3 times in 5 minutes changed your life.
I tell people, don't wait 8 months.
Yeah, very, very good. Well, listen, Maria, thank you so much for taking some time out and sharing your story with us on this call. I really, really appreciate it. I hope some people really got something out of that story and can maybe relate or share it with somebody else. So I want to move on. Well, let me just say this first. I guess I should say, look, we don't make any medical claims for Asea. It's not a treatment or cure for any disease or medical condition. We are simply giving our body an incredibly powerful resource. What your body does with that resource is up to your body. And that's really the true definition of holistic, okay? And we have the most cutting edge products in the whole holistic world. Really, really exciting technology. Hopefully you can see why after 10 years, I still love talking about the Asea story. Now, let's switch gears a little bit here and talk about the opportunity. So breakthroughs create opportunity, okay? I want to just pose it like this. I want you to imagine a high impact product, okay, hurting for 8 months with no relief, and in 5 minutes having total relief. I think we can agree that's a high impact product, okay? High impact technology that gets results. No other company in the world has it. Nobody, no one, not even a variation of it. And virtually nobody knows about it. I'm guessing, depending where you are in the country, it's 1 to 2% of people might have heard of Asea or redox signaling technologies, okay? They don't know it. This is a new category of science. This is the story that has never been told before. Now, if you look at that, I don't think you need to be the sharpest entrepreneur to go, there might be an opportunity here, okay? So let's talk a little bit about how the company got started. This is the genesis of Asea, and it's a very kind of special and important story to us, and I'll explain why. It started with these two gentlemen, Vertus Norton and Tyler Norton, father and son. And they had bought this technology from a struggling biotech company. The company couldn't stabilize the molecules. And so they bought it with the goal to stabilize it. And they did that, okay? And their goal was to sell it to the pharmaceutical industry for a very large sum of money. At the same time, they started a group of people, it was about 40 people drinking the molecules. These 40 people had wonderful results, just like you heard from Maria. And they shared it with other people, and they shared it with other people. And now, in a couple of months, you've got 135 people drinking the molecules. And when the pharmaceutical company flew in, they said, hey, we want what you have. We know what you have, and we want it. We know the power of these molecules. We just can't believe somebody actually figured out how to stabilize them. And we're going to write you a check big enough you don't want to talk to anybody else. But there's one condition. Everybody you have on this product has to get off it. Now, you've got a choice at this point. Do you let people continue to receive the benefits, or do you take the money? It's a choice between people and a payout. You got to understand, several of these people had some pretty serious challenges going on in their life. Vertus Norton was 69 years of age at the time. He's got a product made from salt water in Salt Lake City with molecules nobody's ever heard of. In 2008, the biggest recession since the Great Depression. It would be very tempting to take the money and run, but you've got to understand these men are men of principles and integrity. And they said no to the payout, and they said yes to the people. And guys, that formed the ethos, that formed the culture of who we are as a company. I spent the first 20 minutes talking about what Asea is. At this point, I'm telling you who Asea is. If you decide to partner with us, this is the ethos of the culture that you're partnering with, putting people first. Now, this then left a question. We got this amazing technology, it changes lives. How do we tell the world about it? And sometimes people will say to me, Alan, if your product's so good, why is it not sold in my doctor's office? Why does my doctor not know about this? Well, the answer is very simple. Look, your doctor, for the most part, there's always the exception, but for the most part is trained in pharmaceutical medicine. They're not trained in holistic products that help your body heal itself. That's just the way the world works. This is not really their field of expertise, okay? So they don't go to Harvard Medical School to learn about vitamins and minerals. They go learn about how pharmaceutical drugs can work on the body. That's the way it goes. And so this isn't really their field. It's not their thing. What about What about, well, if my product's so good or your product's so good, why is it not in the health food store? Well, think about this. You walk into a health food store and you see a beautiful blue bottle of Asea. And maybe it catches your eye and you pick it up and you look at it. And first of all, you struggle pronouncing the name and you go, Asea, what is that? And then you turn it around and you look at the back of the bottle, you look at the ingredients and you go, it's made from salt water. That's a little confusing. Okay, then you put it back, or you maybe read the label, you see redox signaling, whatever it is, you don't understand it. Guys, this is a new category of science. It's 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. That bottle's going to go right back in the shelf and you're going to walk past the greatest breakthrough we have seen in our lifetime when it comes to health and anti-aging. We realized this technology needed a little bit of education and it needed a little bit of explanation. And that is why we decided to use word of mouth network marketing, referral marketing. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the company. Asea is an amazing company. I'm going to just pull up all the stats here and you can read them. We were profitable our first year in business. We own our own manufacturing facility. You can see down the bottom there. We've got a really well-run company with legal entities allowing us to ship to over 30 countries. We offer 18 distribution centers, 16 languages in our support center, over 600 million in sales, over $250 million in commissions, 24 members of the $1 Million Earners Club, year-on-year growth, and maybe most importantly, tens of thousands of lives have been changed and impacted with this technology. So let me ask you maybe a more personal question. How much money would it take to make a difference for you? Okay, is it $500 a month? Do you know the average home goes into foreclosure because the average family is $500 short every single month? How would you like to fill that gap? Okay. What about a full-time income? Fire your boss income. Be your own boss. Work from home. Have some freedom in your life. What about plan B income? Maybe everything's great. But guys, I've met a lot of people in the world where 1 minute everything's great and next week, next month, next year, things are not so great. And they weren't expecting it. Okay. Life kind of caught up with them. They lost their job. There was an illness, whatever it is. Everybody should have a plan B. Let me say this, and please listen carefully. By the time you need a plan B, it's too late. You need to be thinking about a plan B before you need it. That's the sensible way to go through life. What about lifestyle income? True financial freedom, where plenty of time and plenty of money go hand in hand. You can see the monthly average incomes of associates in our company all the way up to our top leaders. Now, let's ask this question. You're probably watching this going, okay, I like the look of the product, like the look of the company, love that Genesis story. It's a company with a heart. But could I do this? Is this for me? I've never done anything like this before. Well, look, you've got the company, you've got the products, but you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. We offer a whole support system, from presentations that do all the explaining and talking for you, to trainings to help you get started in the business, to daily support calls. Everything's in place for you to be able to plug into and really achieve the success that you believe you deserve. So in summary, we have $1 billion redox signaling technology, okay? This is big. We impact 3 massive industries: health and wellness, athletics and sports, and anti-aging. Nobody else has it. Nobody else in the world. Let me stress that. Not even a variation of this technology exists outside of Asea. And almost nobody knows about it, guys. That is going to change. The question is somebody going to tell you, or are you going to tell somebody else? So getting started in our business is very, very simple. It's only a $40 enrollment. That gets your own website. It gets you a virtual office that tracks your business as it grows. We encourage you to do a one-time enrollment order, become a product of the product. I'm never going to go into the marketplace and recommend a product that I don't take and I don't believe in. Okay, I don't think that's that has a lot of integrity to it. I would never buy a BMW from a guy driving a Mercedes. So I'm a product of the product. My whole family take the product. So get down a one-time enrollment order. There's some discounted packs available. I encourage you to sign up for a very user-friendly auto ship. You can cancel it at any time. But guys, start like you actually mean to succeed here, okay? Don't start like you're about to quit. Start like you actually mean to succeed. And when you sign up for auto ship, you actually get loyalty reward points on your enrollment order. And those are like free product. You can cash those points in for free products. So very, very simple ABC way to get started. Guys, that's it. That's the presentation tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Vertus Norton, a man who I have tremendous love and respect for, the founder of Asea, he says we're at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we start influencing the future. So listen, if you've decided to join us on this incredible Asea adventure, I want to be the first to welcome you on board, where you can make a living while making a difference. I like to say that the size of your commission check with Asea is a direct reflection of lives changed. So thank you so much for joining me on this call. Thank you to Maria for giving up some time and bravely sharing her story in front of you all. And I want to wish everybody a fantastic Thursday evening. Bye for now.